What are good, guys? We're back on episode 8 of Powerlifting Talks. Now, before we get into it, just please like and subscribe before we start, and I appreciate it a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, guys, I've been overtraining my bench press, mainly with weight specifically. Um, I think it's pretty bad that I've had days where no matter what, every single set was all out, like going until I can. I know I've liked to say on this channel that bench doesn't really fatigue me too much, but guys, I'm still human. Obviously, it still fatigues me. And if anything, in this video, what mainly happens is more of a muscle slash joint thing. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'll get some weird pain in what's called my brachial radialis. Basically, that big kind of muscle right on top of your arm. It's the muscle that mainly activates when you do like hammer curls. Sometimes it just feels really weak and it kind of hurts. Like right now in this session, that didn't happen. I'm just doing some slow tempo bench to really get the form in. But man, big mistakes. So first of all, I think I've mentioned this before, but I actually didn't do it yet. Before I just had a light day and a heavy day for bench. I'm gonna add like a medium day in there, and my light days are actually gonna be light. Like I mean sets of like RPE 6 as my top sets, and like RPE 5, maybe even RPE 4 sometimes, just to still get the practice of benching in without like killing my joints and my muscles all the time, so I can actually recover. Because I do find right now chest is the thing that's getting the least recovered. And right now, since I have a dedicated arm day, my triceps get really sore, especially like how I'm doing my arms. So sometimes they are kind of weak for when I bench, which is not optimal, of course. But yeah, so basically, the shot is I can't be going for 1 rep maxes as often. On my heavy days, I would still like to do pretty heavy singles, but I definitely can't like always try to push past my record every single time. It's just not ideal. Like every little like cycle you do with your powerlifting training, you're not necessarily always going to be stronger right away afterwards. Fatigue buildup is a real thing, and I'm pretty sure this was the session right after my squat PR. So like I was already pretty mentally fried. Again, I felt good going into the session, but sometimes, guys, just because you feel good going into a session doesn't mean you're actually good here. So that was my main mistake. Like right here, like this is 205. Like it would have been great just doing a bunch of reps of this. This is what my light day is gonna look like 205. So I still do my technique where my before my second my for my last warm up set, I do a static hold. But honestly, doing that static hold today brought out that pain in my left arm. It's always my left arm. I don't know why. But that should have been my sign to be like, okay, let's chill. Let's not go super crazy. Like you'll see later, like it wasn't even close. Like 300 pause, not even close. See, like this is my static hold set, and like this kind of brought it some pain. Not that maybe this was a necessarily bad idea. Like it definitely kind of helped me, and I still think they are great to implement into a routine, into like your training, but maybe not as often. Like now that I'm gonna add a third day, I won't be doing these as often, only my heavy days. And basically what I want to do with bench is maybe every other heavy day, I'll actually try to go for 1 rep max if I feel good that day. Like I have to feel good. But otherwise my other heavy days, I'll go for like I don't know, 275 or even like 265, just for one pretty heavy single where I still gotta really focus and really press efficiently and heavy enough where it's really challenging form and stuff like that. Like that. Let's do 75 is amazing. I should have just stopped there. Should have been my heavy single. And here's my 300 attempt. Even whipping out the salts, the sleeves, the belt. Like, I had everything. It's pretty rough here, guys. I'll just let you guys watch here. Setting up. Kind of felt confident. Unracking kind of felt confident, but... Ooh, this was brutal. Got it up a little bit, then I was like, yeah, no, that's just not happening. Very bad idea. Definitely don't do this. And then, yeah, just because that sparked that pain, um, this set was kind of a hard set. I'm actually kind of surprised I got 4 for 255. But even on my heavy days, I do think I should drop the weight. Maybe even back to like 245, maybe even 235, because I definitely need to have most of my training with reps in the tank. Because as a powerlifter, that's kind of important. Like, you cannot go hard that often. Especially, like, I like to tell people that generally lighter weights with more reps is more challenging on muscles, but way heavier weights with way less reps is way more challenging for your brain. But it's still important to train in low rep ranges for strength reasons. So, like, that's why generally when you see powerlifters, they'll still train anywhere from like maybe 8 to 5. I normally like 5 reps, just that nice sweet spot where I'm definitely still getting some hypertrophy, some muscle gain, but I'm also not like doing so crazy weights all the time. The only negative thing about that is if you have a rep in reserve, that's actually quite a lot, especially if it's like 2 reps in reserve. Like, you're not getting too much out of that set. It's hard, guys. It's hard to make a good program. Like here, just because of my kind of sore arm, I do only do like 2 incline sets here. Still warming up with the weights here, just kind of making sure it didn't hurt too bad. It's weird, like it just literally feels like my left arm just gets really weak. There's nothing I can really do about it. I can like massage it and kind of feels better, or put it under cold water, but super temporary. So like this is my heavy day, and I'm doing 185, and this is where I was smart. I think both of these sets here, I leave like 3 reps in reserve. Still getting some gains from this, still getting some muscle activation and shit. But like, whew, I was pretty dead here. Pretty dead. Um, yeah, that's the basis of this video. Like, I like to say nowadays that less is more when it comes to powerlifting. Like sometimes it's okay to do a little less than maybe you could have for extra gains, but in the long term, your central nervous system is going to be way more fresh and way more often, which in the end can help you push more weight. That's going to feel easier compared to if you always went hard. Like as a bodybuilder, yeah, you want to push yourself pretty hard, doing higher-ish reps. Like as a bodybuilder, you should never be doing sets anything under like 8. Even 8 itself is not bad, but like whenever I've been doing like arm training, I want to get 8 reps. I'm like, okay, this is too heavy. Like I want some good quality reps out of it, you know? But yeah, on to the last set here. I was just like, oh, come on, Reese. You got this. See that little face on me? I was like, okay. It'd be kind of hurt. But it's weird. Like, when I actually do start bench pressing when my arm hurts, like, it's not too bad. But it literally just feels weak. I think it's more of a psychological thing. And also makes it so I can't really grip the bar as hard. A lot of people kind of underestimate. I feel like a lot of people have a very loose grip when they bench, but you want to have all that power going into it. So you want to grip that thing as hard as you can. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave this video. Kind of a different one today, guys. I'm still learning. I like to learn, see my mistakes and all. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will end up seeing you guys in the next video for a good light